everybody, welcome to A Brown Touch. My name is Sha, and today I'm here to talk to you about conflict resolution in the workplace. So no matter where we work, there's always going to be conflict. What I want you to do is be able to take these 5 quick tips that I have for you today so that you can get to the point of resolve. So let's jump straight on in. So the first tip that I have for you today is I would like for you to conduct a self-assessment. I want you to figure out whether or not you truly have a conflict with someone or if you're holding them to your own personal pet peeve. We all have pet peeves and we all like to have our work done in a certain manner. However, it's not necessarily fair for you to put your pet peeves or your standards onto someone else's work. Everyone should have that type of autonomy. So let's just say, for example, you like to have presentations completed by a week in advance. However, everyone else in your department thinks that 2 days suffice. If they believe 2 days is okay, then you should be okay with that as well. As long as the work gets done and the quality is still the same, then there truly isn't an issue here. So again, you want to make sure that you are not putting your own personal beliefs on how work should be done onto someone else if it is actually not causing an issue in the work or the productivity of the work or the quality of the work. So again, you want to make sure that you are doing a self-assessment and figuring out if it's truly a conflict or a pet peeve. So the second tip that I have for you today is really a simple one. I don't even think I need to explain it too much because the words explains it alone. You have to be able to lead by example. You cannot ask others to do something a certain way and you're not doing it that way. It doesn't matter whether or not you are the boss or you are line staff. Everybody should be able to lead by example. So again, sometimes there is no conflict in the workplace. There just needs to be some type of consistency between everybody. No one's above the rules and the regulations of the organization. No one is above the product that you're trying to put out, which is the actual work. So make sure that you are leading by example. I'm not going to explain that one anymore. I don't think I need to. So the third 3, I always put up two hands. That's 6. Third. So the third tip that I have for you today is you really want to make sure that you put yourself in someone else's shoes. It's really easy to work within your own bubble and complain. However, you should take a step back and put yourself into that person's shoes and think about it from their perspective, because only then you'll be able to say to yourself or figure out if there is a conflict or if you truly understand why they made the decision that they did. Sometimes we just need to take a step back, slow down, and figure out why. And when you have the why, then you'll understand the reasoning behind whatever it is. So again, you want to make sure that you put yourself in someone else's shoes, because what you probably didn't know is this particular person's co-worker was out sick and they had double the work, and that's why they weren't able to grant your request in the 48 hours that you asked for in the email. You just don't know what type of circumstances other people are working in. So again, you want to stop, assess everything, think about it from their perspective, and then figure out whether or not this is truly a conflict or not. Okay, so again, put yourself in someone else's shoes. So the fourth tip that I have for you today is something that, a lot of us shy away from. I know I am guilty of it. There have been times that I was like, I do not want to do it, but you have to. So I had to just muster up the confidence and get through it. And that tip is you have to be able to have a direct conversation with the person that you're having the conflict with. If you've tried steps 1 through 3 that we just talked about, you have to be able to talk to this person at this point, because you don't want this issue to continue and you don't want it to become a part of your work day, because then it'll become a toxic work environment for you. And I don't want you to have to deal with that. So definitely make sure that you try to have that conversation with the person that you're having the conflict with. So what I want to say here is, no one is right and no one is wrong. You have to come to some type of compromise, right? If you go into the conversation with the person you're having a conflict with, stating to yourself that you are right, guess what? The process or the problem and the conflict that you're having is going to continue, because this person is going to possibly be on the defensive. So you don't want to make it a confrontation. It has to be a conversation. It's two-way communication happening here. You're talking, they're talking. The other thing I want to make sure that you are aware of, you want to ensure that it is all based off of facts. None of the things that you're bringing up during this conversation should be, your personal beliefs. It should be based off of what truly happened in the workplace. And then you should be thinking about, okay, how can we come together so that this particular conflict does not continue? So let me just say this again. You want to have a direct conversation with the person that you have a conflict with. It has to be two-way communication. No one is right, no one is wrong. What you're doing is coming together and compromising so that whatever conflict that you have, it dissipates and y'all can move forward. That is what you are trying to do here, okay? So I hope that is clear. And that takes us to number 5. That was pretty quick, right? So the 5th one that I have is, this is the last tip, but it's also your last resort. Go to management. Me personally, it takes me a while to get to management because I want to make sure I've done everything in my power before I go to management on my coworker. Before I make an official complaint about someone that I have a conflict with at work, I make sure that I have done everything in my power to try to make it go away. Why? Because I want to know that I did my due diligence to stop the conflict. And I think I make a better case for myself when I go to management and tell them about the conflict that I'm having, and I'm able to say, hey, I've tried A, I've tried B, I've tried C, D. Man, I think I took it all the way to Y, and you literally are Z. Like, that's the type of things that I've done because I really wanted to work with whoever it is that I had a conflict with. So the 5th tip that I have is go to your manager and talk to them and see if they can help you through the conflict that you're having with this particular coworker or team or whatever it may be. But you want to make sure that you've done everything in your power before you take it there. So I really hope that you enjoyed my video today. Please like, subscribe, and leave me a little message or something. Let me know if you liked it, if you didn't. Give me topics for my next video, whatever it may be. I really enjoy hearing from everyone. Thank you for coming. Bye.